Let's go. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we been knocking them down. Baby said she wanna go to the game. Taught her how to say Padre gang. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we been knocking them down. Mitchell and Ness with the old school name. All of the homies holler Padre gang. Yeah, they.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Talking Friars pregame show, October 5th, 2022. Padres and the Giants today. It's game 162, final game of the regular season. We have reached it. Craig Stammen on the mound for the Padres today. I believe it's John Brebbia on the mound for the Giants. That's what I saw on MLB.com earlier today. So they're going with another bullpen day in the Padres. It was supposed to be Clev, but he's going to have a short outing today. So maybe it's a couple innings, 3 innings, whatever. Probably just a bullpen session in the game. And so he'll probably go after Stammen. And this might be Stammen's last year in the majors. So maybe they're having Stammen start the game, give him a nice moment coming off the field. Don't know if he's going to make the wild card roster. I will, by the way, after today's game, series reaction episode. After that, during the episode, after I react to the series and all that, I will talk about the roster, the wild card roster, who I think should be on that wild card roster, 26-man roster. It's now at 28. Got to get down to 26. So there's going to be some decisions that have to be made by Bob Melvin and AJ and the rest of the Padres staff leading into Friday. I believe it has to be made by Friday morning. So maybe they're just giving Craig his moment. Last time pitching at Petco Park, maybe, and then they're going to have Clev, I would think, come into the game. Bob Melvin doesn't speak to the media on day games, so don't know what the plan is, but maybe they go Stammen for a couple innings, Clev for a few innings, get through the 5th, and then after that, they kind of piece it together with the bullpen. Maybe go Steven Wilson, get Steven Wilson and Pierce Johnson some work because they haven't pitched in a couple days, Johnson a few days. So maybe they go that route, and I would think they want to stay away from Hader, Garcia, Martinez. Garcia and Martinez pitched yesterday. Suarez, they want to stay away from. Those are their big guys that they're going to want to pitch come postseason time. Probably Tim Hill as well. So maybe you see Morahone, Wilson, and Johnson after Stammen and Clev. I'd kind of like to just see Will go pitch again, to be honest. Just keep any arms healthy, because who knows what's going to happen. Don't know what the roster is going to look like. And again, it's today. It's almost like, man, I don't want them to play this game, right? Like, why? I know you got to play it, but I just want to keep guys healthy. Ha-Sung Kim, talking about keeping guys healthy. He's not in the lineup today, which is a very good thing. This guy's been playing every day. Obviously, Tatis got suspended, and then we knew, okay, Kim is going to be the starting shortstop every day, and that's pretty much what's happened. So Crony's at shortstop today, giving Kim the last game of the regular season off. Manny is DHing, so he's getting essentially the day off. And then Brandon Dixon, Grisham, Campy, they're in there again. Brandon Drury's going to be at second. Soto's back in there. Profar's playing. But Kim gets the day off. Josh Bell gets the day off. So Azokar, I don't know if he's going to be starting. I think it'll be probably Grisham starting in the wild card game, to be honest. I think they're playing him every day. They want to get him going. But if Zokar is starting, I guess that's another starter that gets a day off. So the starters that get the days off, let's say Grisham is starting. Nola, he's off. Josh Bell, he's off. I don't know if he would start, to be honest. I kind of like having Will play first. That's just me. But let's say Bell's starting. Nola, Bell, and Kim. Those are, your starters that are getting today off. For the Giants, Lamonte Wade Jr. is leading off. He's in left. Thairo Estrada is at second base. Wilmer Flores is at first. Yaz is in right. He's batting fourth. J.D. Davis is DHing, batting fifth. Brandon Crawford is at shortstop. He's batting sixth. David VR is at third base. Austin Slater's in center, and Joey Bart is catching, batting ninth. Padres lineup, Profar's leading off in left. Soto's in right field. Manny's DHing. Crony's at shortstop, batting fourth. Drury's batting fifth. He's playing second. Myers at first, batting sixth. Brandon Dixon's in there again today. As expected, playing every game in this series. getting one of the starters a day off wherever Dixon plays. He's at third today, batting seventh, as I said. Grisham's in center, batting eighth. And then Campy, he's going to catch for Stammen, Clevenger, and maybe the entire game. He is batting ninth. 110's the first pitch. Padres looking for their 90th win on the year. I think that's a good win total to get to. I know it's not 100, but getting to 90 wins, that's nothing to, be sad about. Like 90 wins, I think that's a big accomplishment. Obviously, getting into the postseason is more important, but 90 wins, that's 90 wins. Uh, Let me check when the last time the Padres won 90 games. Was it 2007, 2006? I'd have to go through the Padres seasons here. Yeah, or no, 2010. Sorry, they just got to 90 wins in 2010, where they just missed out on the postseason. They went 90 and 72. Padres, they have the chance to go 90 and 72 with a win today, and they'd be in the postseason. So you can watch for that. Padre pick today. I'm going to go with Will again. I went with Will yesterday. Could be his last games at Petco Park. I just feel it. I'm not saying I feel his last games being here at Petco Park as a Padre. I hope that they bring him back in the offseason. But what I'm talking about is I just feel like Will's going to get a hit today. It would be fitting. Homered the day before yesterday. Homered yesterday. It would be cool for him to homer again today. I'm not expecting him to homer today, but I'm hoping that he can finish off his regular season 2022 is possibly his last regular season game at Petco Park as a Padre. Possibly. Well, obviously, hope not because you want him to win the wild card series, but maybe his last game as a Padre at Petco Park. You want him to finish it off strong. So after last night being successful with that pick, I'm 102 and 53 so far this regular season in my pregame show Padre pick. That was a little fun thing to do. I didn't have any money or anything on it, but it was just something I wanted to incorporate into these pregame shows. And I hope you guys enjoyed these pregame shows this year. I'm not going to stop doing it. I'm going to do it, obviously, the wild card series and stuff, and I'll be on probably post game, probably right after the game. Still trying to figure that out. But I'll have episodes every day leading up to the wild card series. Today, gonna have the series reaction to this series against the Giants, roster projections, or what I would do to the roster if I was Bob Melvin, who would make it, who wouldn't. And then tomorrow, I'm scheduled to have on a sports radio host from New York, WFAN, to preview Mets Padres. Friday, I'm scheduled to have on an MLB agent, so that'll be fun. So there's going to be stuff every day, and obviously Friday. We know the start time, by the way. That is going to be at 5:07, I believe. It's going to be 5 o'clock on Friday. ESPN. Saturday, ESPN. Sunday, ESPN. Saturday, it's going to be 4:30, 4:37. And then Sunday, I believe it's also 4:30, 4:37, somewhere around there. All those games are on ESPN. So the Padres, they do have the primetime window. Those games, that was announced a little bit before I came on here. So I'm excited the Padres get that spotlight, the primetime games. They have a good team. That's a really sexy matchup. Darvish, DeGrom, game one. Scherzer, Snell, if that's the matchup, game two. And then a game three, you get Musgrove on the mound, who was an all-star this year. Chris Bassett, when he's a good pitcher, he's a good pitch. He's on. So, and then you obviously have the names Soto, Manny, Cronenworth. I know maybe Nashley Cronenworth isn't the biggest name, but you have those names for the Padres, obviously. And then the Mets, Lindor, Alonso had like 40 bombs this year. You have those good names, Edwin Diaz, Josh Hader, back of the Mets and Padres bullpens, respectively. So it's a star-studded series. And so I'm excited to see that, obviously. Padres in the postseason. Usually today it's like, it's kind of sad. It's the last regular season game of the year. Last Dawn and Mud. I know this is the last Dawn and Mud broadcast because they together don't do postseason games, and Don's not calling the Padres wild card series. But it's sometimes, or most of the time, the team's won 70 games or something like that, and it's like, okay, well, last game of the regular season. Look forward to the offseason, see what moves are made. But that's the opposite this year. I'm like, no, I don't want to play today. Let's move on. Let's keep guys healthy for the postseason. It's just great to be able to say that because it's been a while. Full season, obviously. I was 3 years old last time they made the postseason in a full season. So it's going to be cool. Going to be awesome. Friday, Saturday. Hopefully, it's only Friday, Saturday. Padres win both games and they can move on to the Dodgers for the division series. But we will see. I'll answer any questions, any comments you guys have in the chat as always. Caitlin says, Grisham has completely shocked me the last couple days, been doing really well. I mean, he had that terrible throw last night. I joked on Twitter he was just showing off his arm. He struck out 3 times last night. The strikeouts, they're going to be there, as we've seen all year. But yeah, I think you're talking about the liners down the line that he's had, or the double that he had on, what was that, Monday, and then yesterday he had, I think it was a single to right, hard hit balls. So yeah, I'm encouraged by that. I do, like I said earlier, I think they're gonna have Grisham start in center field come the wild card series. They played him every day to get him going. I don't think this was a Brandon Dixon situation where they were playing him to keep Azokar healthy, because like Manny, he played some games in this series. He didn't take the whole series off. Like starters that are going to be playing in the Mets series, they didn't take the whole series off. Where I believe Grisham has played every game in this series. And I think all have been in center field. So I think they're just trying to get him ready for Friday and get something going, to be honest. Jeffrey says, Morning, Ben. Let's get 90. I agree there. We've only done that a few times in our history. He says, I'm curious how long Soto and Machado go. Manny's DHing, so I don't know. Maybe they have Josh Bell take over in the DH spot. Soto, yeah, they'll probably try to get him out of there. Maybe they have a Zokar go play for Soto. But I did hear something. I forget where it was from, but Soto, he says he's not really tired. So maybe he wants the at-bats, but Bob Melvin might say, hey, no, you're good. Let's take you out. It's the 5th or the 6th inning. You're good. Let's just go put a Zokar in there or put whoever in the outfield and call it a regular season. Like, you're fine. We need you for Friday and Saturday and maybe Sunday, obviously, and then hopefully beyond that. So, yeah, I guess that's something to look for as well. Caitlin says, I'm feeling hopeful against the Mets. Soto has really good numbers against the Mets, but DeGrom is tough. DeGrom, he's one of the best pitchers I've ever seen. Same thing goes with Max Scherzer, but Max Scherzer is gettable. We saw DeGrom's last start. He's also gettable. I think, didn't the Braves hit like 3 bombs off of him? Like, both of those guys, if they leave fastballs over the plate and the Padres can capitalize on those, be aggressive off of them, the Padres can beat both of those guys. So it's going to be tough, but if you also look at it from the Mets' point of view, they're probably looking at Darvish and Snell, how they've done recently, and they're going to be like, oh, wow, ooh, it's going to be tough as well. So this is what the postseason is, though. Like, there's a reason why Padres Mets is in prime time. It's not just because it's the Mets. The pitching matchups are amazing. And you have Soto and Manny on our side, so this is the big primetime matchup, and all eyes are going to be on this series. This is the series everyone's going to be waiting all day for. Like, sure, on Friday, there's going to be the Guardians playing Tampa, and there's going to be the Cardinals playing the Phillies and Seattle playing Toronto, but everyone's going to be waiting for Darvish and DeGrom. I have no doubt about that. Same thing goes for Saturday. I know there's like football and stuff, but obviously I couldn't care less about that right now. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Everyone's waiting for it, and I can't wait. It's going to be nerve-wracking watching, but I can't wait. All right, I know it's a short pregame show today, but really, it's my message. I just want guys to stay healthy. Hopefully, Clev, when he comes in, efficient. I think this is seeing how Clev can do out of the bullpen and seeing if he'll be comfortable going into the wild card series out of the bullpen to see if they want him on the roster. So I guess the big thing I'm looking for out of this game is Clev and being healthy, being efficient, pounding the strike zone, stuff like that. So 110 first pitch. I'll have the clips at Talking Friars on Twitter. I'll be back after the game, series reaction and roster projection. Feel free to join me then. I hope you do. And thank you so much. Go Padres. See ya.